What's happening, Nerd Fam? Nerdy Jace here, and I'm back today with a impromptu Magic the Gathering arena video. Kind of late in the day here, and it's like, screw it, let's do a kind of sort of quickie video on my current favorite standard deck that I am running. So yeah, no vid on, or no cam on for me, as you can see, because my beautiful ginger face isn't over here in the corner. But you know, got sound and all that other stuff. Got me a ice cold Dr. Pepper in my hand, and we're going to get into this. So yeah, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, all that jazz while we're doing this. And yeah, so show off the deck, my current favorite standard deck, like I said. So this is a green, white, black token deck, and I'll go over it briefly here before we get into the action. So yeah, this is a variation of another green, white, black deck that I had. Again, this has some updated cards with some Avatar and of course Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as well as some Spider-Man stuff sprinkled in. Very fun deck, very powerful. Again, more so because of this broken ass card, Ouroboroid. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, just real quickly, you know, standard set of lands here, 24 in the deck. 2 plains, 2 swamps, 2 forests round out my basic land package. Then I have, excuse me, 2 each of the verges. So the white, black, black, green, and of course, green, white. And then I'm running 3 each of the various shock lands. So that's Godless Shrine, Overgrown Tomb, and what do you got? Temple Garden. And of course, my 1 copy of Amonkhet Raceway. Again, I love this card. Really, you only need a 1 of, 2 of tops, but again, I love getting to max speed and giving my stuff haste. And then rounding out the lands are 2 Multiversal Passage from the Spider-Man slash Omen Path set. So yeah, it's a shock basic land, so very, very good. So yeah, I only got 5 1-drops, and that's of course Land War Elves to get some additional ramp, and then Zach Fair to get the +1/+1 counter. So basically this is a counter deck. Getting the counters from things like the Mugen tokens, United Front, things like that. Louis, Pompous Pillager, which is Moreland in the actual Spider-Man set. And basically pumping up your Super Shredder. I'm only running 2 right now in the deck. Super Shredder is such a freaking good card. 1/1 with Menace. Again, I went over this in my Ninja Turtle Brawl deck, but I'll go over it again real quick. You know, he has Menace whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield. So that's yours or your opponent's. That's fetch lands, tokens, whatever. He gets a +1/+1 counter, and then the Menace on top of that makes him a beater. Got the usual Sheltered by Ghost. Got 4 of this right now. I could probably drop that down to 3 and bump up Super Shredder another, but you know, it's kind of whatever your personal preference. Collector's Cage is a very good card also. So it's a 2-cost artifact with 5 hideaway 5. So when it comes into play, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you exile 1 face down, and you put the rest on the course of the bottom of your library. So pay 1 and tap it. You put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control 3 or more creatures with different power totals, then you can you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So basically, you want to attempt to hide away Ouroboroid, Elsbeth, or potentially Dollmaker Shop / Porcelain Gallery. Especially this one, because when you bring it in from exile, you can bring it in on the Porcelain Gallery side which makes it very powerful, and then turn around and then unlock the other side to get the double benefit. So very good combo right there. But then, of course, also have Bitterbloom Bearer from the Lorwyn set. So yeah, it's a Bitter Blossom creature. But he has it has flash. So again, you hold on to the 2 black mana, flash it in on your opponent's second turn, so that way he can go in and attack, and you have your other fairy token up for blocking or whatever. Then also have 3 Michelangelo Weirdness to 11. Such a great card also. He's a 1/1 when he comes into play. Of course, you create a mutagen token. And then if 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature you control, you put that many counters +1 onto them instead. So again, pumping up your creatures big time. And again, that combos with Ouroboroid, making your shit insane. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Another great card, again, I went over this in the Brawl deck, is the Ooze. Again, you can probably try to fit a second copy of this in somehow, but again, it feels good at 1. So again, it's a legendary artifact. Whenever a creature control with a +1/+1 counter leaves the battlefield, you create a mutagen token for each +1/+1 counter that were on it, and then you can tap it to exile target card from a graveyard, so again, yours or your opponent's, and then you create another mutagen token. So again, graveyard hate plus pumping up your own shit, so good. Got 2 copies of United Front from the Avatar set. So it's an X spell. You create X 1/1 ally tokens, and then you put +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Very powerful, very good. Got 1 Day of the Black Sun, so this is your clutch removal. Again, another X spell, so each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn, and then you destroy those creatures. So again, you can target your board wipe accordingly to, you know, maximize killing the stuff on your opponent's side that you need. Granted, again, you're going to get hit also, but you know, you kind of have to give and take with that. And again, Morlin, aka Louis, Pompous Pillager, a great X spell also. He's a 2/1 vampire villain with lifelink, and when he enters with X +1/+1 counters on him, and then when he enters, he deals X damage to target creature. So again, it's an X burn spell plus the lifelink creature. Very good. Or Summon Fenrir from Final Fantasy, a great enchantment creature. Again, he's land ramp when he comes in. His level 2 or whatever you want to call it, page 2. He puts a +1/+1 counter on the next creature spell that you cast this turn, and then his third one, you draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. But again, you're getting him for the ramp and then the +1/+1 counter. And of course, I got 2 copies of Ouroboroid. Again, this is from Edge of Eternities. That was a nice sleeper set in my opinion. I didn't think I was going to like that set as much as I did. A lot of stuff surprised me with it, but this one, yeah, this one is such a broken card. But again, it's easily removed, but you know, it's whatever. So 4 cost, 1/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put X +1/+1 counters on each creature control, where X is this creature's power. So again, you bring him out, you pump him up with like Collector's Cage or a mutagen token or whatever, and then you know, you get those extra counters. My 5 cost package, of course, is 2 copies of Elspeth Stormslayer. Such a great card from was that Dragons of Tarkir or whatever Tarkir set. So yeah, her main thing is if 1 or more tokens will be created, you get twice that many instead. You know, +1 ability. She creates 2 soldier tokens for 0 loyalty. You put a +1/+1 counter on each creature, and they gain flying until end of turn. And then she is removal as long as the creature your opponent controls is 3 or less. Such a great card. Again, and another card, one of my favorites out of that set also, again, I have this in several other decks, and I've mentioned it many times, is Smile at Death. Great enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then you put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. And if I counted right earlier, I have 17 targets for this card alone. As I click this dumbass message off. 17 targets for Smile at Death. That's a lot. That gets great value. And again, your opponent removes one of these, you turn around your next upkeep, assuming you survive, you bring it right back. Such good value for the 5 mana cost. And then I have 1 copy of Egrix, the Bile Bulwark. This is Gwenum in the actual Spider-Man set. So again, 4/4 Death Touch lifelink. When Gwenum attacks until end of turn, you can look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play those cards. And if you choose to do so, you pay life equal to its mana value instead of its mana cost. So again, you're essentially getting free spells as long as you have the life. Very good card. And then of course, again, 2 copies of Dollmaker's Shop / Porcelain Gallery. Such a great enchantment room. So the Dollmaker's Shop side, again, I have this in some other decks, but we'll go over it again real quick. So whenever 1 or more non-toy creatures you control attack, you create a 1/1 toy artifact creature token. And then on the Porcelain Gallery side, creatures you control have a base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So again, getting those extra tokens from Elsbeth and whatever else is just going to pump your shit up that much more. So good. Oh yeah, and then of course I have from Lorwyn also my other Planeswalker, Ajani Outland Chaperone. So again, his +1 ability, you create a 1/1 Kithkin token. So again, if you have Elsbeth out, that's going to be 2 tokens. For his -2 ability, he's removal. He deals 4 damage to target tapped creature. And then for -8, you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your life total. You may play any number of non-land permanents with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, then you shuffle. And again, if I counted right, I had like 22 or 25 tokens, somewhere in between there. I'm sorry, 22 to like 25 targets for that ability. That is great. So again, for the most part, very low cost for the deck. And yeah, it can get ugly for your opponent quick and in a hurry. As you can see, I have a sideboard here. That's nothing. That's just basically stuff I took out of the original build of the deck to add in like the Ninja Turtle stuff. So yeah, that's one of those things that kind of go back and forth. But anywho, enough of me babbling about this. Let's get into some freaking standard. We'll go ahead and do some rank, because why the fuck not? Standard rank. Let's get some in there. Let's get some games in, son. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Ninja Turtle set. What are you currently running in standard? All that jazz. Let me know in the comments. All right, opponent goes first. Got a Swamp, a Verge, and a Shock. Shelter by Ghost. That. Asker. Let's keep. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I can play Louis with just getting one token out the gate, and then, you know, throw a Sheltered on him if need be. My opponent mulliganed twice. Okay. Optimistic Scavenger. Ooh, and then we got Ouroboroid. Nice. All right, so I have no turn 1 play, so we can go ahead and bring that out tapped. So turn 2, depending on what I get, I'm gonna put Verge out. So then that way I get all 3 colors. All right, Wonderweave Aerialist. Ah, yes. Got another Verge, but we're gonna go ahead and drop that and end turn 2. So actually what I can do is I could go ahead and... No, I can't. I need another... Well... Future tab, exile, curry guard. Ooh, and double. Ouchie. There's my Land of War Elves. See, I can go ahead and Day of Black Sun for 1 and get rid of 3 targets. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll say I could throw Louis out slash Moreland or Land of War Elves, but I mean it's still going to be coming at me, so it's whatever. It's just one of those things. Now what do I want to do next turn? Do I want to fucking A with the Saga of Spider-Man? Ooh, Fenrir, nice. All right, so let's do this instead. Let's throw out Land of War Elves. And we'll throw out Fenrir. What am I going to get? I'm going to get a plane. Drop that. All right, so that gives me a little something. I'm still going to take 4 in the air, but that's fine. Oh, that's not fine. Oh. Nice. Yeah, I'll give you a nice for that. That's gonna hurt. So basically what I'm gonna do next turn, see, I got 2, 4, 5, 6 mana total, so 4. So I'm gonna throw Sheltered by Ghosts probably on my Land of War Elves, get that. So then I can pay the ward cost for that. I do not want to take, obviously, the the 1 damage from that. Yes. Auto pay. Let's go ahead and tackle Fenrir. It's fine. I don't care. We can trade. It doesn't matter to me. I shouldn't have attacked, but whatever. Yep. Seam rip. Nice. We'll give him a gnarly. See, I misplayed the fuck out of that game. Ah. He forgot the ward cost. Nice. Okay, so I will block with that. Yeah, see, I should have left him open. But it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Two, 4, 6, 7. What do I want to do? Guess what, Elsbeth? See, yeah, like I said, I misplayed.
I will turn the tide of battle.
I misplayed that big time. That's on me. Oh, I can still do that. Nice. I can choose X for that. He doesn't get the direct damage, but I still get that. So actually, unless one of them get modified, I'm good. Briefly. Oh, snap, son. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Now, how do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and Ouroboroid. Let's go ahead and create my tokens. Then hit that. We'll swing with my 2 other tokens. Dude, I might be pulling this out of my ass. Probably not, because it's only a matter of time before they get modified or something. Well, my opponent has no cards in hand, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll pull this out of my ass. Optimistic Scavenger again. Very good card. Bro, I think I'll just pull this out of my ass. So let's go ahead and put a +1/+1 counter on everything.
Light from the heavens.
So Louis is going... Yeah, I just won. Awesome. Good game, my dude. Good game. See, even overthinking, not slash half-ass thinking, I still pull it out. Because you know why? Ouroboroid is a fucking broken-ass card, but again, it's very vulnerable too. It's just such a fun deck, man. I love this deck. Alright, let's go again, son. Yeah, I'm also trying to get some extra wins and stuff to get my XP up. Because I think we got 5 or 6 days left for the Mastery Pass for the Ninja Turtles. And I don't have... I need to get Michelangelo for my... my last... whatchamacallit... pet or whatever. So I got... You know, I'm gonna keep this. That's fine. My dude over here. Let's see. What do I want to start with? So I got Gala Shrine. I can go ahead and bring that in tapped. Because again, I don't have a turn 1 play. Usually my turn 1 play is either Zac Fair or whatchamacallit. Land of War Elves. Alright, let's drop Super Shredder. My opponent is at least red and blue, so is it? So we'll see how long Super Shredder lasts. Emperor of Palamencia. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop my Hushwood Verge, and we're going to go ahead and swing, because again, he has Menace. Get my, whatchamacallit, my max speed up. So you tap him to add 2 mana, spend it only to cast a non-creature spell. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if it's at least 4 mana, put a counter on Emperor, and then if it has 3 or more, you transform the some bitch. So a bunch of prowess bullshit as per usual. Tapped out, so I can drop Ouroboroid. Actually, well, yeah, let's go ahead and drop. Let's drop Ouroboroid. So whichever survives my opponent's next turn, I will put it Sheltered by Ghost. No attack, because I want him to survive. So one of the 2 of these. Oh, tap for that, that's why. Preferably Ouroboroid, just so I can keep pumping my shit up. But we'll see. We will see. Yep, there we go. What the fuck? He's tapped out. Oh, that was dumb. That was very dumb. Excellent. Okay. So let's go ahead and put put my Verge out. Sheltered by Ghost, my Super Shredder, so he will be protected. And get the storms. Not that that matters. Let's go ahead and summon Fenrir. I'm going to bring out, so I got a forest, I got a swamp, so let's bring out a plain. To even out my basics. And swing for 6 to the face, son. God, Super Shredder is such a good card. Such a good card. So again, now that I'm thinking about it more, I might, like I said at the beginning of the video, I might drop Sheltered by Ghost down to 3. So then I can bring Super Shredder up to 3 also. I mean, whatever, that's just helping out Super Shredder, dude. Oh, the ooze! Fuck yes, that's awesome. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and hit my opponent's stuff. So there's no lessons, nothing like that. So let's just go ahead and hit the Emperor. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop the mutagen token, put it on Shredder. That gets him 2 tokens instead of just the 1. And swing it face for 9 damage, son. Giving me 9 more life. Oh, the Tolarian Terror. I'm sorry, my dude, but with my menace, we'll go ahead and pay it 2 life. Again, I got game. I'm being a dick. But my opponent does have 1 mana open, not that that's going to say a whole lot. But there we go. And we're going to go ahead and hit the good game, swing for lethal. Ah, nice. Yep. We'll give you a nice for that. That's just gonna pump him up more. But ow. So again, the good thing about this is, and there we go, concede. Super Shredder, so freaking good, my dudes. And dudettes. So again, essentially, all I need is really 3 mana tops, and I could do so much damage. Ooh, what do we get for my reward? Judge Magister Gabranth from the Final Fantasy set. Oh, there we go. Doom, doom, doom. And again, like I said in my last arena video with my Heroes in a Half Shell deck profile, which I will do a video playing that here soon. Ah, there we go. There's my turn 1 play. I really enjoy. Actually, let's do. So my Overgrown Tome. We'll go shock it in and then throw Land War Elves out. I really enjoy the Ninja Turtle set. Again, the only... Hey, stop copy stealing. You know what? We'll give you a nice for that. Alright, let's throw out... Which one do I want to throw out? Yeah, we'll shock that in too. Collector's Cage. What we got here? Day of the Black Sun, Zack Fair, Bitterbloom Bearer. So I guess we'll do Bitterbloom Bearer. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and do this to do that. Pump up my Land Award elves, because why not? I'll take one to the face from that. I don't care. But yeah, the Ninja Turtle set is really... I like it. I like it a lot. Goddamn landfall. Again, my only complaint is the obnoxious amount of legendary creatures. Again, legendary creatures should only be for rare and mythic. Certain instances, maybe some uncommons also. So let's go ahead and don't want to do a Johnny. Yeah, let's do a Johnny. We'll do a Johnny. Give me a little another little token.
Stand by my side, friend.
Let's go ahead and hit Collector Cage on my elves. And then turn. Yep, Mossborn Hydra. I should have went with the frickin' Sheltered by Ghost. Landfall is so fucking stupid. It's always been a broken ass ability. You know, back when it back when it dropped in original Zendikar, such a fucking broken ability. Alright, so how are we going to play this? Let's play this like this, do another one of that.
Side by side we fight.
Going to put a token on this Kitkin, so then I can play my Bitterbloom Bearer for free. We're gonna throw a Shelter by Ghost on the bearer, hitting that motherfucking Mossborn Hydra. And look at there. I got enough mana to do Doll Maker's Shot. And no attacks right now. 2, 4, 5. So I need one more mana to unlock the other side. Bring it. Attack with your Chocobo. I will take that shit to the face. Yeah. Landfall has always been a bullshit ability. I mean, there is some cool stuff like the Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra is a cool card. But again, Landfall is such a broken ass mechanic. Because of like the fetch lands, things like that. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're going to shock that in. So I can unlock this side. And guess what? We're gonna pump that up some more.
Stand by my side.
And guess what again? Attack with the bearer, and then my 2 little Kithkins right there. And then I get another one. They pump up more, son. So I really wish they would tweak Landfall somehow. Do something to... Yeah, eat a dick, Landfall, motherfucker. I really wish they would do something. There's something that they could... There has to be something they could do to tweak that. Especially in Brawl and like things like Historic and whatever other stuff is like Pioneer and whatnot, because again, you can sit there and get 2, 3, 4, like maybe even 5+ lands in one single turn to get all that shit, get all the triggers and stuff. That is broken as fuck. More so than, you know, the 2 Ouroboroids I play in this deck. Because again, it's vulnerable to all kinds of removal if you don't have Indestructible or Ward or something like that. need the freaking avatar. The avatar stage, because there's a secret companion that you can get with that stage. Oh, I don't have a turn 1 play. I need a planes for Zach Fair. Oh, my opponent goes first though, so I could draw a planes off the top, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it because I do like this. I got my Dollmaker Shop, Zach Fair, of course, a Johnny. Got my removal there. My 2 swamps to play that. So sadly not on that, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and draw my Swampy. And then I can do my Verge into a Johnny unless something else or not a Johnny, shit. Verge into Zach Fair. Ooh, there's Super Shredder though. So instead, let's go Super Shredder. And then that way I can bring out Zach Fair. And then have his sacrifice ability on board if need be. Yeah, goddamn. Another fucking landfall deck. Ooh, Mikey. Ooh. Scratch that. We're going Michelangelo. Getting my Mutagen token. Popping that onto Super Shredder to pump him up big time. Making him a 5/5, son. Swing for face. Down to 15. Excellent. Oh, Badger Mole Cub, of course. So again, that's mana value, not just power or whatever. So that would hit my Super Shredder, that would hit my Mikey. But it is what it is. No block, no block. Temple Gardens, nice. So let's go ahead, I'll shock that out. So then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do Zach Fair. So again, I got his token and indestructible on play, or not on play, but on tap. Get my Dollmaker Shop, so then I can get my tokes. My artifact creature token. Swing with Super Shredder. Yeah, go ahead. Let's trade with your Cub. You're not going to do that. Oh, you are. Smart boy. Or girl. Soldier Witch. Ooh. Yep. Think I'm going to allow my Super Shredder to get killed, son? I don't fucking think so. Yeah, just keep pumping them up more, man. Just keep pumping them up more. Bada boom. Super Shredder doesn't have trample. That's fine. I don't care. That's still pumping his ass up. Alright, 4 mana. I need 6 for that. Might form Harmonizer. Whenever land you control, double power totals to creature you control. Until end of turn. Double power target creature you control until end of turn. Yeah, I don't care about that. Alright, here we go. We're going to shock in my Ozone Tomb. So that's 2, 1, 2, 3. United Front for 3. Oh, and my opponent concedes. See, this is awesome. So, again, normally when I, show off these cool decks and stuff that I come up with, I end up losing a lot. But, I'm on the win side for this. That's great. Ah, the Walls of Ba Sing Se. I want to do something with this. It'd probably be in Brawl, not in Standard. but I do want to do something in this deck. Well, I want to do something with this card in a deck. Probably some kind of Donatello artifact thing, so I can have Krang and other artifacts, and then drop this sumbitch. But I don't know. We'll see. What do we got? All right, so I already got all my my wins for that. That's fine. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do a couple more video shit. A couple more matches. Dang, got this right off the bat. Oh, we got Hiroko Saki against Yamato Yoshi. All right, so I got 2 Fenriers in hand, a Johnny and a Shelter by Ghost, plus the required stuff to drop my Fenrir. So hell yeah, we'll keep that. I'll drop God of the Shrine in tapped because there's no reason to. That's a pretty cool deck sleeve. No reason to take the shock off of that. So we'll do a Hushwood Verge. And then next turn, my Wastewood Verge. And then drop Fenrir. God damn it. Alright, so more than likely you're going to take the Shelter by Ghost, I would think. Yep. Ooh, Mikey. Oh, so this is going to be so much fun. So, dropping Fenrir this turn, assuming he survives, doing Mikey next turn to pump up the tokens even more. Let's drop a plane. So he'll get an extra +1/+1 counter, and then the Mugen token on top of that, pumping him up more. Phyrexian Arena. So at the beginning, opponent's upkeep, they draw a card into life. Sweet. So I got what? 2 black sources, 2 green, 2 white. It's fine. Let's go ahead and drop the Temple Garden. Let's shock it. 1, 2, 3, 2. All right, so let's drop. Go ahead and drop Mikey. I could drop that, but again, I want to go ahead. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and do go ahead and do another Fenrir. Let's ramp up some more. This time, let's go ahead and do. Let's do a Swamp. That's fine. Swing for 3. Boom. Alright, so my opponent so far is green-black, Restless Cottage. Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, that has life up. That's fine. Ooh. Alright, so with that, let's see, let's go ahead and put out my forest. Let's go ahead. Normally I flash this out, but since I get, it has to be this turn, I want to drop out my bearer and get the +1/+1 counter, which then gets an additional 1 thanks to Mikey. Let's drop out a Johnny. Oh, guess what?
I'm here to bring
I can deal 4 damage to this deep cavern. Oh, wait. Cancel. Oh, yeah. For 1, fuck yeah. I got the mana for that. Yes. Auto pay. Give me my Sheltered by Ghost back.
wickedness.
And then let's go ahead and put more tokens on Mikey. Swing for 7. so where do I want to drop my Sheltered by Ghost? Well, it's going... Well, that solves that. It's going to be on Michelangelo. It's going to be a toss-up between... Mikey and Bitterbloom Bearer, but that just solved that. Alright. So we'll go ahead and bring out my Kithkin token.
Your size belies your bravery.
Let's do my Sheltered by Ghost. Hitting that bristly build. Yes. Auto pay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. I have enough for my Doll Maker shop. And my Collector Cage. And we'll do a Bearer again. Not that it's going to matter because... this is game unless... Well, no, my opponent does have 4 cards in hand. It dies. Yep, so it got flyer. Yep, there we go, baby. As you can see, you know, I'm kind of low level right now because, again, for the most part, I really don't care about standard. I do like moving up just to get some card packs and things like that, but again, compared to other games, especially things like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and even Dragon Ball Fusion World, which of course I don't play anymore, the rewards and stuff here on Arena are very subpar, and I have a lot more fun playing Brawl. And actually, I think we're going to go ahead and end on a very high note because, again, I won all the matches. So yeah. Let's bring up the deck profile one more time. Again, such a fun deck. Such a fun deck to play. Again, depending on what your collection looks like, it can be high on the wild cards, especially for things like the shock lands. Again, lands are always the pisser when it comes to your decks, whether it's standard, modern, whatever format. It's always good to invest in the lands, even though it hurts right out the gate. Eventually, you know, it'll pay gangbusters because they reprint things like the shock lands and whatnot. But again, you can tweak this to what you currently have in your collection. Again, things like Fenrir, that's, you know, an uncommon. Of course, the Planeswalkers are always mythics. So, you know, Johnny and Elsbeth. Gwenum, of course, is a mythic. That's a mythic, but yeah, I mean, you could tweak it to how you need to be. Again, the big thing is Ouroboroid, getting your tokens and stuff out. But yeah, you know, if you save up your, you know, your gold and your gems and whatnot, you can get your packs or do some drafts to pick some of this stuff up. There's ways to do it. But again, very, very fun deck. It's a lot of fun to play. Again, even with these, you know, some one-ofs or whatnot. Again, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop this down to 3, bring that up to 3. Do I have that over here, Net? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Come on, work with me. That is not what I wanted to do, damn it. Okay, yeah, that brought... There we go. Yeah, let's drop that down to 3. Let's bring this back up 3. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And again, I can always bring Sheltered by Ghosts back over or whatnot. Again, some other things that were previously in the deck before I added the Super Shredder and Michelangelo. Those were the main two. I had Wrench, Speedway Saboteur, which is Black Cat and the actual Spider-Man set. Again, she was just a one of, also like Venom. So yeah, when she enters, you look at the top 9 cards of your opponent's library, you exile 2 of them, and then the rest go on the bottom of the library. And then you can play those cards using any mana to play them as long as they remain exiled. So again, that's good. If nothing else, you're getting problematic cards out of your opponent's repertoire, so that's always good. I also wanted to try to do something with Emptiness, one of the mythic elementals from the Lorwyn set. So it's a 3/5 for 6 mana, and it has the hybrid plain swamps in it. So when it enters, if 2 planes was spent to cast it, you return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And also if if 2 swamps were paid to cast it, you put 3 -1/-1 counters on up to 1 creature, and you can also evoke it for any combination of plains and swamps. So with the evoke, it gets sacrificed at the end of the turn. Or I'm sorry, it sacrifices when it enters the battlefield. So the effects go off and then it dies. And then of course I had an extra copy of Moreland, aka Louis Pompous Pillager. So again, I just kind of keep it over here just in case I want to switch things on the fly. But this is a pretty solid as is, as you notice in this video, because I went what 4-0 5-0, whatever it was, I lost count of the games. But yeah, so much fun to play. Feel free to copy it, tweak it to your needs. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, or you know what you've done to tweak your version of it or whatever. Again, like these 2 cards, Smile at Death and Egrix, aka Gwenum, could probably come out, but I just love these 2 cards, so that's why I try to work them in when I can. Like even a Johnny, you could probably replace a Johnny with something else, you know, another copy of Fenrir or whatever. But again, he's out there for token generation, and then if somehow you actually make it to 8, boom, that's a pretty big bomb to drop on your opponent. But anywho, there you have it. There's my current favorite standard deck. You know, we got the second Strixhaven set coming out. I think it's next month that's coming out? I don't know. WotC, Wizards of the Coast, really needs to calm the fuck down with all these set releases, because it's ridiculous. And I'm sure I've complained about this. I'm not alone in this. Pretty much the majority of the internet community or whatever, and like everybody agrees, it's like there's too much. The standard cycle as we have it right now, it's what, like a 3-year standard cycle, is insane to begin with, and then you keep dropping sets so close together, it's insane. Like the Strixhaven set, I have not. Let's go ahead and go to the store. Oh yes, save and exit my my changes. So as you can see here, oh no, the piece of bundle, we got the 2 Strixhaven pre-purchase bundles, I haven't done any of them. Normally I get this one right here so I can go ahead and get all those packs to open up and get a healthy jump on the set or whatever. And of course, you know, these extra free cards or whatever also helps, but again, it's just too quick, because well, this is going to be like 2 months I think after Ninja Turtles released. We need more time to fucking breathe. And again, the argument for going back to block style, again, no, that's not what I want to do. I see both sides of the argument. So, you know, I agree with things on both sides. The block setting, you know, we get, I think, a better rotation, plus we get more of the lore and stuff of the set, because normally they go to a plane and there's a story arc between the 3 sets that make up a block. That's very cool. Especially because, you know, back in the day, or, you know, more so back in the day, when you could buy the fat packs and get the little like novel and stuff, and the booklet that shows all the cards in the set, and get some backstory of not only what's going on in the plane or whatever, but like individual characters, like motivations and stuff in there. So that's really cool. But yeah, they got to do something. They gotta pull back the reins a bit. So yeah, when it comes to Strixhaven, I'll probably just do some drafts. What do I got up here? Yeah, I got 1 freaking draft token, but you know, we'll run with it. But yeah, I might do the Mastery Pass. I don't know, we'll see. But I guess the next big thing is the next Marvel set, so I'll drop some stuff on that. We'll have, what else at the end, going throughout the year, we'll have the Hobbit set for, you know, Universes Beyond, and then we'll also have Star Trek set at the end, so that should pair nicely with the Edge of Eternity stuff. We'll see. Hopefully it will, but I don't know. They got to figure that shit out. Anywho, I babbled long enough in this video. Thanks for joining me, as always. I appreciate it greatly. And again, like, subscribe, share, leave some comments on the video, what you feel, how you feel about the deck, my plays throughout, any bonehead ones, any brilliant ones I did, things that, your opinions on my deck, what you would tweak it with, blah, 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 blah. How you feel about Arena in general. I don't know, whatever. Leave them in the comments. We'll have a conversation, whatever. But until next time, fellow Planeswalkers, Nerdy Jace, signing off. Peace.